Of course, there have also been some accusations still that Salem may have known when the Trade Center bombing was supposed to happen.
According to a source close to the case, Ahmad Salem checked into a Manhattan hospital 3 hours after the blast, complaining of a severe ringing in his ears. A hospital spokesperson refuses to confirm or deny the report.
On August 3, 1993, Paul D'Aranzo interviewed William Kunstler on the Let Them Talk radio program, where Kunstler revealed some details of what he heard on the Salem tapes, as well as some of his own speculations based on his investigation. Here's a transcript part of that interview. Kunstler said, "I've read a lot of the tapes by now, transcriptions of the tapes, which were just furnished to me today. Before I came here, I read some of them, and there are things like having him, Salem, say, 'Well, I think we ought to bomb the George Washington Bridge. That's a very good target. It would make the commuters raise hell with this government of ours.' And so then Sadiq Ali says, 'Yeah?' Salem, 'And I think so-and-so.' Ali, 'Yeah?' And so on. That's the way it goes virtually throughout these hundreds of pages of transcriptions. There are 150 hours of tapes. A lot of them are in Arabic, some are in English, but this is the kind of man they're going to put on the witness stand." D'Aranzo responded, Kunstler adds that Salem was the recipient of between $250,000 and $1 million for his services as an informant, plus monies paid to him by other sources linked to foreign governments, including money from an organization founded by assassinated Rabbi Meir Kahane. Kunstler responded, he, FBI informant Ahmad Salem, also received money from Kahane-Chai, Rabbi Meir Kahane's group, probably from a lot of other people. Israeli Secret Service, the Mossad is not someone to exclude. Probably received money from the Egyptian government. He was a lieutenant colonel in the Egyptian army, which apparently he was. 2 weeks after the World Trade Center blast, with the reopening of the Kahane case announced, Kahane-Chai were making unfounded accusations about MT Mehdi, reported on March 15th. In the Daily News, militant kind of guy sought in World Trade Center blast by staff writers Michael Finnegan and Mark Mooney states, claims by investigators in Kahane-Chai that MT Mehdi, head of the Arab-American Relations Committee, met with Nosair 2 days before the Kahane killing. Mehdi yesterday denied having met with Nosair. Nosair's car was found parked in front of Mehdi's shortly after the Kahane killing. A prior police canvass of the area indicated the car was not there. Often brash in his defense of Palestinian causes, Mehdi often participated in debates on television and radio.
When you go back and look at history, when you go back and look at the beginnings, for example, of the PLO, it is where you see and originally saw the beginnings of terrorism.
As a matter of fact, the beginning of terrorism in the Middle East started with the creation of Israel. The whole establishment of Israel is an act of terrorism against the Palestinian people whose land has been taken over. They have been denied the normal human right to their land. And Palestinian hijacking takes place because in the first place, the whole country of Palestine has been hijacked by the Zionist Jews with the support of the West.
And amongst fervent supporters of Israel, including Meir Kahane.
Dr. Mehdi, let us stop this nonsense. You may go over with a Hadassah group, but not with me. The fact of the matter is that we created in Israel to be for a Jewish state because we don't trust you. Now, I don't know how more blunt I can possibly be. We don't trust you.
There will be much more on Ahmad Salem ahead, but coming back to William Kunstler, he maintained an assertion that Kahane was murdered by enemies within his own organization, and as you might imagine from what's already been told by one of Nosair's additional attorneys, Michael Warren, about receiving death threats from Kahane supporters, Kunstler had frequently suffered from those same repercussions, even up to his doorstep, as explained by Kunstler's daughters in their 2009 documentary, immortalizing their father, William Kunstler, Disturbing the Universe.
I asked Dad if he thought Nosair was innocent. He told me that a lawyer never asks his client that question. This was one case he didn't even try to justify.
He sort of morphed into representing the unpopular, almost any unpopular. And it didn't matter so much as to how you became unpopular.
Why is he doing this? I mean, why is he representing those people? You know, aren't there still other cases of people we agree with out there?
He lost a lot of the liberal support that he had. And he was no longer the great civil liberties, civil rights lawyer.
After the verdict, the Jewish Defense Organization staged daily protests in front of our house, shot out our front windows with red paint pellets, and called my father a self-hating Jew.
Kunstler is a traitor! Kunstler is a traitor! Kunstler is a traitor! Kunstler is a traitor!
It was scary. There were police at either end of the street.
Must go! Kunstler must go!
If there were protesters outside when I got home from school, I would pretend I didn't live there. I didn't want them to know I was his daughter. Dad went on to represent defendants charged with the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, and others indicted for a plot to blow up the Lincoln and Holland tunnels. No one supported him.